dollars out and everybody knows.
Welcome back to B.A.U.S.E Radio. We're coming back this week with Chubbie Baby in the studio. We got his new single. I'm gonna let you introduce this one.
My single, man, Pull Up. You know what I'm saying? We got that thing on crazy on all the airwaves everywhere, man. Y'all make sure y'all go get that thing. It's everywhere.
Now, what's this we listening to?
It's right here, freestyle, man. Campaign, called Campaign. You know, I do so much music, man. We be trying to give some of it out. So, you know, this is one of the joints right here, Campaign.
Okay, well, if you missed the first half of the interview, you got to go back and watch it when we talked about it. But now we're going to get down to the BAUSE team.
Oh, yeah.
So, how old are you?
26. I just turned 26.
When your birthday?
June 30th.
Oh, yeah, you just turned 26.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, single? Nope.
Nah, you know, not right now, but, you know, I enjoy things.
Not right now. You trying to be single? You know, I listen to everything.
Nah, I'm not trying to be single.
She ain't watching this shit.
Nah, I don't think she's watching right now, but it's all good.
You fucking up, homeboy. You supposed to say, I'm not married.
I'm not married. But I'm not single either. You know what I'm saying?
You just say I'm not married, then they don't know. Because you
don't know what that means.
answer. So is it complicated?
Nah, it's not complicated. Not too many things complicated about it. I know she giving me that eye. But you know, we like to have fun, man. You know, we like to enjoy people's company. You know what I'm saying?
People's company. It's open.
Nah, it's not open, but you can still have fun, good conversations, hang out, have some good fun, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you look at me with a straight face, or you dead ass serious?
Yeah, I'm for real. No lies.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you whatever you want to ask, you know, I'm gonna tell you God honest truth. You know, we're gonna keep it just like that.
Okay, since we keep like that, what goes down in the DM?
Down in the DM, it go down in the DM sometimes, you know. Ladies, they have no problem reaching out, you know. It's all good though, I enjoy it.
You enjoy it? You mean you're supposed to?
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this question. From last year to this year, what is the one thing that you love that you have gained for as being who you are and getting to that next level? Like one thing that you have taken in and just be like, I'm loving this. Is it the fact that you're able to reach more people? That would be one thing a lot of people say, able to reach more people. Have you got to the point now when you go in public, you're more recognized?
You know, we still, being honest with you, you know, we still in the beginning stages of everything. You know, I understand it's a process for everything, you know what I mean? And, you know, I went up, came down, I'm on my way back up. So I'm just enjoying the process, man. You know, a lot of different things from a year ago, they're different now, like you just said, you know. So I'm just enjoying, like, just seeing the little small transitions that I'm going through right now, you know. And I know where it's going to go, so it's a beautiful thing for me, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
So are you also, I know Chubbie is keeping you straight business-wise.
Yeah.
Because that's the man right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had so many people that come up to the show and they have these stories of how they got into the business and they made so many mistakes. They didn't do this. A lot of people just jumped on a bandwagon with so many different people.
Yeah.
I think you're very blessed to have Chubbie by your side.
Mm-hmm.
But for all the new, I guess, upcoming wannabe artists that's watching the show, what advice could you possibly give them? Some business advice, and then for the art of music itself, of being an artist.
I think, you know, with both of those, you know, you're going to have some falls and some stumbles. You know, it's just like anything else. You're going to learn along the way, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to get it perfect off the rip. You know, that's impossible in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? Because it is a business and it's things you got to learn. Like he was saying, like you got to go through the jungle. You got to know when to make a left, if you go to make a right. And if you ain't never did it yourself, you know, you don't know. Sometimes you might make the wrong turn. But, you know, the best thing I can say is stay down, stay dedicated, keep working. You know what I'm saying? Understand that it is a process. You know, most times people be like, yo, this nigga made it overnight or this person made it overnight. It's usually never overnight. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of shit that went into it, but just when you see it, it might blow up. Then the next day it's like, oh, this guy's famous or this guy's this and that. But, you know, just stay down, keep working. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a process.
Okay. Now, I asked you earlier about some of the artists that inspire you and who you listen to, and you named like the Jeezys and the T.I.s. They all have a different style of what they tend to, how they express themselves and what they tend to rap about. Tell me just kind of in a small description of your style and what drives you to, you know, write the songs that you write, because everybody comes from a different place. Some people trap, some people love, some people mad at the world, some people talking about their hustle, some people talking about their upbringing. What is your drive and what's, describe just your flow?
I think what my thing is with that whole thing is I I want to speak about it all. Because it's real life. Nobody's just mad all day, or nobody's just trapping all day. You know what I'm saying? We trapping, we having fun at the party. You know, we come up here, we talk some boss talk. You know, we might leave here and go kick it, just do some whole other shit. So my music really just is inspired by real life. You know what I'm saying? I might be in love at a moment, or I might have fell in love with this girl when I was 14. You know what I'm saying? I might come out and make a record about it.
That's the same one that you did when Sure about a while ago?
Nah. Nah, not the same one. But you know, it's just based off of real life. You know, all type of different things. So that's how I really like to do my music. But the actual sound of it is melodic, you know, and it's also like smooth rap, you know. That's like the main course of it. But you know, I dance around, I do all type of things. You know, I just like going in there creating, having fun.
That is. That's great.
Yeah.
Chubbie, you know we are live, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you doing?
Handling business. Like I used to do.
See, that's a real businessman right there. He's sitting there smiling. First of all, he hear every motherfucking thing we done said. I trust you. He listened, but he
Right.
over there getting his work in.
See, I mean, everybody always see this stuff when it's blossom. You know what I mean? They always see the cake when it got the icing on it,
Yeah.
but they never know how it got baked. Right? I got that from my grandma. You know what I mean? She's like, boy, everybody want the cake with the icing on it, but they never want the cake when it's the frosted cake. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's the truth. You know, you just gotta just know how to balance this.
Now, where are you originally from?
I'm from the Bronx.
Okay.
I'm from the Bronx, New York, and you know, and I'm from Harlem. My grandmom's moved to Harlem, 1951. You know, she bought a brownstone out there down the street from Jim Jones, where he lived at. You know, we all lived around the same little area. Us as young kids, we all played on the same strip on Lenox Avenue. You know what I mean? So I would go there, and then I'd be in New York. And when I was in New York, me, Big Pun, and Fat Joe all lived in the same neighborhood. And we all grew up together. It was crazy, 'cause I ain't see Fat Joe in probably about, maybe 10 years. And when he see me at the Calm Bike Show, man, it just reminded me, because he didn't call me Chubby. Like, people that grew up with me don't call me that.
Wow. Well, I want to know what they call you.
I tell you up air, because I don't want nobody to act like they knew me from back then.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nigga, stop. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah, so then as a kid, I've been going back and forth to Ohio and stuff like that, and I made my living out there, and out there, man, I would just never think of Ohio being that great to me like that, because I went out there with so much negative intentions, you know what I mean, and then out of that, I got so many positive intentions. I met my wife out there, you know what I mean. We got 3 kids, man. I've been with her for 17 years, you know what I mean. And then in that process, man, Cam moved out there with me, man, and we just started working from Ohio, man. Lil Wayne came out there, stayed with us, you know what I'm saying? Then I met LeBron James when he was in high school. And we've been tight ever since then. All that stuff happened in Ohio. And when I came to Atlanta, all that stuff that I had that was in Ohio with me, it helped me get through living in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like me and Polo and him and Zach in the studio making Turning Me On. And we all in the studio, and you know, me, Polo, Zach, Keith Thomas, and nobody could get in contact with Lil Wayne, but I had Lil Wayne's cell number. That was one of my closest friends. So I called Polo and said I could get Lil Wayne to do the record. And when I passed on the phone, Lil Wayne looked at me like he seen the ghost. And Wayne said, "I'm gonna do it because my man Chubbie told me to do it." This is 2007, so Wayne was like at the top of the game. And I did that. Polo offered me a bunch of money. And I turned the money down, and I said I wanted a job. And I took the job as Zone 4 Interscope, and I just made so many relationships through that, you know what I mean? Like, I met so many great people through that run, coming to Atlanta, and that run I went on from 2007 down here to now, which is, I didn't stop.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and I'm still going now, I'm still hungry. I be acting, you know, I don't act like I'm big. I just like to stay chubby. You know, I don't let fame get to me. I don't let it make me feel more confident to talk to people. This is how I talk to people every day. I just want to make the money go home, man. You know what I'm saying? Stack my chips up, man. I like going to the movies, man.
Me too. I'm a movie freak.
Yeah,
I go
man.
by myself.
Yeah, man, I go to the movies all the time, man. That's what I like to do. I feel like, you know, the movies and I put some headphones on. I gotta listen to music in my bathroom.
Really?
I got a big old bathroom. It's real fly, but I just like being in my bathroom. You know what I mean? I sit in my chair in my bathroom, man. You know, feet kicked back on the fur rug, man. I just be in there listening to music, and I look at myself like in the mirror, and I talk to myself. I'm like, what you gonna do today, nigga?
You crazy, but everybody got their space.
Yeah.
Everybody got their space.
That's what I mean. That's just me. That's what I like. And you know, we got a lot of great things coming out of my company, man. You know what I mean? Like, I got my other artist, Goldie. You know, he signed to Epic as well. He's very talented. And I signed this girl. I'm gonna bring her up here too. Her name is Cody Shane. She's 17, superstar. She's going on tour in the next 2 weeks with Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty's real big. So they all in the same crew together. But I signed her because she went to school with my sons. See, my sons told me to sign Swift.
Really?
I let them hear the music. My sons tell me that something that I go by their judgment. I say, what y'all think? Because when I was 15, 16, you couldn't tell me shit about music. Music is my life. It's my life today, but now I'm just in a different level, so I have to understand. Like, my kids are birthed into the music business. Like, they don't, like, you know, seeing Drake or Future pulls up to my house, eats at my dinner table, gives my kids money. That's their uncle. You know, Jim Jones is their uncle. Like, you know, on their birthdays, he sends them money, gifts, and bees at their parties. So they see stuff different, and they the cool kids in their schools, right? So they're so in tune with the music. Every artist that I signed to Epic, my sons stamped them first.
Wow.
I gave one of my oldest son, I gave him, when we signed Cody Shane, I gave him a $15,000 Cuban chain. I gave it to him. It's his. I told him he earned it.
What's up? Now, has it been anybody that said don't sign?
Yes.
And you didn't?
No. There's one person that I do work with, and he's on the ropes, but my kids be like, I don't know, Dad.
Are you lying?
Yeah, for real. But,
Wow.
you know,
And how old is your son?
my sons is 15 and 14. They about to be 16 and 15.
Yeah, my son is 15 and he knows
They into
about
the music
like crazy.
You know what
like
Thug
he
does?
keeps me up. When we get in the car, he keeps me up.
You know Young Thug does? He FaceTime me and ask me where my son's at. And he'll play the whole song on his FaceTime to my kids. And he be like, what y'all think, y'all? And they be like, yeah, we love that record.
That's what's up. They got that, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
man.
crazy. That's crazy.
Like, and for Thug to be doing that, like, he be like, yeah, man, I want to talk to the little Chubbies.
What thing I said about Young Thug performance? VH1.
No, that was Rich Homie Quan.
That was Rich Homie Quan? Okay, I'm about to say.
I mean, Rich
don't know
Homie
why.
Quan, you know, that's a good kid, man. He just wasn't prepared, man. You're an artist, you gotta be prepared.
What you guys think? What you think about that?
Shit, what he's saying, you know, that's real talk. Like,
You gotta be prepared because
You're a good artist,
if you mimic artists, you know what I mean, you gotta put your work into other people's work as well.
But going into something that big for that person.
He wasn't prepared. That's all. And that's not his fault. You know what fault that is? That's his team's fault for not even preparing him. That would never happen to none of my artists. Cause we doing some stuff like that, they're gonna have to sing me the whole verse without the beat.
Straight up.
Well, see, I come from a different school. Me and Cam used to go to the studio. Studio time was $250 an hour. You know what I mean? So we ain't no time to be messing up. We going downtown to the big studio. So we used to tell Jewels and Hellrell and J.R. Wright and them, they had to rap their whole song to us and couldn't mess up. By the time we by the time we get to the studio. If not, you ain't recording tonight.
Wow.
See, these guys, they got it a little better. And I'm a little soft, but you know what I mean? But that's why I try to get artists that already get it, because I don't have to put too much of that. Because I'm aggressive, man. Hey, I'm like that aggressive basketball coach. I could break an artist because I could say some stuff to him that is going to get an amen to him, break him down, but really I'm trying to make you strong because the world ain't going to respect you.
Right.
The internet is not going to, they don't have no chill zone.
Social media now is so different opposed to 02, 2000,
Right, it's
99 with music. Like, bro, you do so now and it's whack, they coming for your ass on social media.
1,000 memes.
You're going to be trending in a way that you don't want to trend.
You got 30, they say this, you got 15 minutes after your mistake on national TV because soon that 15 minutes when you go to commercial, by the time you go to commercial, people look up, you already got 50 memes.
And the thing is, where are these people at? Who does this?
Yo.
Like, it's got to be some
Hey,
people
you know what?
that's
No,
just
it
their
is.
profession. Because I swear,
Shit
Rich
becoming
Homie
fast.
Quan, before I could even tell somebody I saw it, it was, I saw so many of the Michael Jordan crying faces. Like, even with the Michelle Obama and the Melanie Trump, the situation with her plagiarizing her speech.
Yeah.
Like, it was literally 15 minutes, like you say, and it was like, shit, it was funny as hell, even though it was not a funny situation. But the way that social media took to it, and then the thing about it is the bloggers that's on social media, all the celebrities follow them. So then you got celebrities reposting it, because I always reposted stuff like that, especially when it's trending stuff. But it's like, you really have 15 minutes and that's your ass.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you cannot fuck up, basically.
But you know, you gotta learn to take an L sometimes too, man. Like, you just gotta try your best to prepare for shit. And you know, a lot of that internet stuff though, you know, you gotta take that with a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
You can't let it
just
take
going
you
at
out.
your head. You can't let it get you all like that. Like, you gotta have some tough skin in this
But
shit.
you know, bad publicity is good publicity too,
You know.
because a lot of these people this stuff be happening to, they wasn't popping yesterday.
Yeah.
They wasn't talking yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
I never paid Donald Trump's wife no attention.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even tell you what the broad looked like. Like, I didn't pay her no attention until
this.
she did this.
Yep.
And then I was okay. Now I know what she looked like. Now I know her name. I didn't
Now
know
she
her
all over
name.
TZ,
You know what I'm
all over-
saying? Now
yep.
she all over off of the limelight of you copying Michelle. And then the fact that your husband retweeted the same tweet that Barack tweeted after Michelle gave the speech. So it's like crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you cannot hide a tweet. You think you delete that bitch, you want to. You cannot hide a tweet. It's somewhere, I don't know what tweet cloud
It
heaven they got.
got screenshotted already.
Yeah, as soon
Yeah,
as you
somebody
post it,
got it, so
got
they
it.
just waiting for something to happen, so you can just go on your scroll, open and find it. And they're gonna give it to the people that's gonna get it out there. TMZ, CNN, they're gonna give it to the right people.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yep.
So you know I gotta get to, because there's so much crazy stuff going on in the world now with the, you know, Black Lives Matter movement, all of the gun violence. Just, what's your take on this? What do you feel like we need to do as a people? Because everybody say, oh, we need to protest. That protesting, it works, but it ain't gonna work. You know, people say we need to boycott. I've heard a lot of things that have happened with the boycott. You know, it has worked in some areas with, you know, some people have to shut down their business because they don't realize that African American patronize a lot of these businesses. Like, you don't want us, but then you want our money.
Yeah.
And a lot of people is like, we need to come together for some boycott. Okay, that's only gonna work so long because black people gonna go make groceries.
Yeah.
They gonna go get their hair done. They gonna
Yeah.
go get their nails done. It's only so long. People are not gonna go to Walmart or not gonna go
Right.
to Target. You know, you can say you're not gonna buy Coke, but then you're gonna go for Pepsi. You're gonna make them more money, and it's the
Yeah.
same thing. But you can just drink water.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you taking away. We taking away something, but then they're gonna still gain.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like we need to do as a nation just to try to see where we can start, whether it's from the bottom and work our way up? Because, like, I don't know where we going with this.
You know, for me, you know, I sit back and I think about that kind of stuff. It was really sad because, you know, I'd be sitting in line if I gave you like a for sure answer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad to me, like, we don't really got no leaders like that no more. Like, we used to have like a lot of strong black leaders, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of difficult. We're in a weird space and weird time right now because I think everybody wants change. You know what I'm saying? I think people are ready for it, you know, but it's the organized real change, you know, it's difficult, man. But I do want to say this about that. You know, I'm all for the black, you know what I'm saying? I'm black myself. But, you know, I don't want us to think that, you know, white people, they down for it too. You know, stuff that's wrong, they agreeing that it's wrong. You know, not, of course, not all white people, just like all black people, you know what I'm saying, ain't helping with the situation.
Right.
But, you know, it's really a human race thing for me. Like, we got to come together, figure this shit out, because it's definitely a problem, you know, that's been acknowledged, you know, so we just got to have some hard conversations about it and really go from there.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings because sometimes I get mad and it's like violence, police brutality, it has existed. It's been there. It's just that the cameras are new.
Yeah.
Now they're being able to expose them. We being able to let people see that, and that's a thanks to one of the good things that's coming out of social media and Facebook Live. You didn't know nothing about Facebook Live till a while ago.
Yeah.
So when I tell you I get pulled over, I'm pulling a Facebook Live. Like hell with calling somebody, because bitch, you might not answer the phone. I'm gonna video this. If something happens to me, you gonna get my phone. Like I need to know. So a lot of people are thinking like that.
Yeah.
But I just think that now that it's coming to the front, we got to deal with it because it's been there.
Gotta be
you know what I'm saying?
with.
I talked before you got here. I was talking about the 22-year-old guy that got hung in Piedmont Park. Like that should have been talked about worldwide. A lot of people didn't even know that happened. So you had KKKs in Piedmont Park passing out flyers for their rally that night. And then you have a 22 African American guy, which black people, we don't hang ourselves and we don't commit suicide. We already know that.
Straight up.
Like within 30 minutes, they will say it was ruled suicide. How you rule that a suicide in 30 minutes? He ain't even made it to the morgue. So it's just like, I felt like they was trying to come. They said, well, he had footprints of where he hung himself. A 22-year-old would do whatever you tell him if a gun is to his head. There's no way that I'm going to go on record, and I'll probably get in trouble, who gives a fuck. There's no way for me to sit here and believe that you're going to tell me this 22-year-old man that was happy with life climbed up there, whether you see footprints and his fingerprints, rope, and hung himself. And you have two men that was caught on surveillance cameras on the street coming from the scene.
Yeah, it's a little hard to believe, man.
It's too hard to believe. I don't care. Like, you can stage stuff. And we talking about the KKKs. They're professionals. They know how to stage shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for that not to get as much attention, you know, I felt some type of way. However, Atlanta, you know, did come with the indictment and conviction of the police officer that shot and killed the African American guy here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's one case where we actually see justice is prevailing. Because, like, you know, all of the...
What about the other case with the guy that was licensed to carry? Did they rule out homicide?
I don't know, because I just got back in town. I got to follow it up. He was loved by his community. He was loved by so many Caucasians as well. Like, the kids at the school was like, this man was so into his community, into his school. And I posted the video. It's still on my page now, live. I reposted both parts, because it was 2 parts of his girlfriend. I posted all of that on my Instagram. And to sit there and watch and actually see somebody lose their life in front of you is so crazy. But you have a guy that goes shoot 4 or 5 police, and then all of the TV, the world need to come together. So when a police officer is shot, the world need to come together. But when you have a unarmed African male, or an African male that was just going to reach for his driver's license, and he told you he had a gun, which is licensed to carry, you shoot him in the arm. You know, the way his arm looked, he couldn't do too much, and then you shoot him again with his baby girl in the backseat.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. That's a sad, very sad story, man.
And then Alton, you had him pinned down. Regardless of what they say he had on his pocket or whatever he was doing, you had both his arms pinned down. I ain't never seen nobody shoot a gun with their toes.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's the police officers, and the thing about it is, I watched, and I posted this as well. It was some kids at a protest, peaceful protest. They had them lined up. They just came through and just sprayed them with pepper spray. Just sprayed them from the front to the back because they wouldn't move. And they sit there and took it. The police officers saw that people had their cameras and their phones, and you know they didn't care. So it's like, we don't care that you're filming us and taking pictures. And you know why they don't care? Because they